What's going on, guys? Welcome on back to the channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. We made it. It is Friday, May 9th. We have a 15-game Major League Baseball slate on tap for today. Real quick, a recap of yesterday. 9 games played. We went 6-3 on our money line / spread picks. 5-4 on our over-unders. We've still been getting beat up a little bit on our over-unders. We had our dollar parlay play, our hitting props dollar parlay play hit. That was $1 into $23. Overall, a decent Thursday. But like I said, 15 games on tap for today. It is a Friday. Guys, don't forget to look for our play of the day, which is the one game I suggest the most to you to play. Also, don't forget our dollar parlay plays at the end of the video. Our 3 parlays that I give you, the hitting props, the pitching props, and the home run props. Tons of money to be made today, guys. Let's waste no time. Let's jump into it. Alrighty, 14U series starting off today. We start off with the Texas Rangers heading to Detroit to play the Tigers. In this one, we're playing Detroit, who's favored at home to cover the 1.5 runs. For the game total, we like over 7.5. Moving on to the hitting props. 2 total bases. We're taking 2 Tigers today. We're taking Torkelson as well as Torres to both have 2 total. Moving on to the pitching props. We're taking Corbin of the Texas Rangers to go over 4.5 strikeouts. And we're taking Skubal of the Detroit Tigers to go over 6.5 Ks today. Moving along, we got Atlanta heading to Pittsburgh to start a series off with the Pirates. Atlanta winning this game yesterday in overtime. Not that crazy of a travel to Pittsburgh today. We are playing Atlanta on the money line. The game total set at 8.5, and we're playing the under in this one. Under 8.5 total runs. Looking at the hitting props, 2 total bases, 2 Atlanta Braves. We're taking Matt Olson as well as Ozuna to have 2 total. Then we look at the pitching props for this game. We're taking Elder of the Atlanta Braves to go under his line, under 4.5 Ks. But we're playing Feltner to go over his line, over 3.5 strikeouts today. Alrighty, moving right along. We have the St. Louis Cardinals in Washington taking on the Nats. And if you guys know, the last week, 2 weeks, I've been telling you guys, at home, this Cardinals team is different. On the road today, we're playing the underdogs. We're taking the home dogs. I like the Washington Nationals in this matchup on the money line. The game total is at 8.5, and we're playing over 8.5 total runs. We look at our hitting props. 2 total bases, 2 Washington Nationals. We're taking Lowe as well as Wood to have 2 total. Moving on to the pitching props, and we're playing the overs for both starting pitchers. We're taking Parker of the Nationals to go over 3.5 Ks. Fetty of the Cardinals over 3.5 strikeouts as well. Moving along, we have an interdivision matchup starting up here. The Milwaukee Brewers traveling to Tampa to play the Rays. In this game, we're playing the Milwaukee Brewers on the money line. The game total set at 9, and we're playing under 9 total today. Moving to the hitting props, we'd like 2 Brewers. We're taking Terang as well as Contreras to have 2 total. Moving on to the pitching props for this game. And we're playing the overs for both starting pitchers as well in this game. Quintana to go over 4.5 Ks. Little over 3.5 strikeouts as well. On after that, we have the Cubbies heading to New York to start a series off with the Mets. I'm really looking forward to this series. In today's matchup, the New York Mets are favored at home. And we're playing the road dogs. We're taking the Cubbies on the money line. The game total, 7.5, and we're playing over 7.5 total. For the hitting props, 2 total bases, 2 Cubbies. We're taking Kelly as well as Tucker to both have 2 total. Moving on to the pitching props, and we're playing Talion of the Cubs to go under his line, under 4.5 Ks. But we're playing Holmes of the Mets to go over his line, over 4.5 strikeouts today. Moving right along, another interdivision matchup. We have the Phillies going to Cleveland to start a series with the Guardians. And in this matchup, the Philadelphia Phillies are favored, and we're playing the home dogs. We're taking Cleveland on the money line. The game total 7.5, and we're playing over 7.5 total here. For the hitting props, 2 total bases, we're taking Kwan of the Guardians and Santana of the Guardians to both have 2 total. Moving on to the pitching props, I should say, we're taking Nola to go over his line of 5.5 Ks, but we're playing Williams of the Guardians to go under his line of 5.5 strikeout. Moving right along, the Boston Red Sox heading to Kansas City to start a series off with the Royals. In this matchup, we're playing Kansas City on the money line. Mind you, the Boston Red Sox is favored in this matchup on the road, so we're playing the home dogs. Kansas City on the money line. Game total 9, and we like the over in this one, over 9 total. For the hitting props, 2 total bases, we're taking Abreu of the Red Sox and Bobby Witt Jr. of the Kansas City Royals to both have 2 total. Looking at the pitching props here, and we're playing Dobbins of the Red Sox to go under his line of 3.5 strikeouts, but we're playing Lorenzen of the Kansas City Royals to go over his line of 4.5 Ks today. On to the next game. We have the Miami Marlins going to Chicago to start a series with the White Sox. These are 2 garbage trucks colliding. I do like this Miami team, though. So we're playing Miami, who are favored in today's matchup on the road to cover the 1.5 runs. Game total set at 8, and we're playing the over 8 total. Moving on to the hitting props, 2 total bases. We're going with 2 Miami Marlins. We're taking Myers as well as Stowers to have 2 total. Looking at the pitching props for this game. And starting pitcher for the Miami Marlins, Meyer. We're playing him to go over his line of 5.5 Ks. Wilson of the Chicago White Sox, we're playing him to go under his line, under 3.5 Ks today. Moving right along, we have the Cincinnati Reds heading to Houston to start a series off with the Astros. Cincinnati losing yesterday in overtime in Atlanta. Traveling today to Houston. We like the Astros, who are favored at home, to cover the 1.5 runs here. The game total set at 7.5, and we like the under in this one, under 7.5 total runs. Looking at the hitting props, we're going with Gavin Lux of the Cincinnati Reds, as well as Christian Walker of the Houston Astros, both to have 2 total bases. Looking at the pitching props now, Martinez of the Cincinnati Reds, we're playing him to go under his line of 4.5 Ks. Brown of the Astros, we're taking him to go over his line today, over 7.5 strikeouts. As we continue along, another interdivision matchup starting up here. The San Francisco Giants on the road in Minnesota taking on the Twins. In today's matchup, we're playing San Francisco on the money line. The game total set at 9, and we're playing under 9 total runs. Moving on to the hitting props. We're going with 2 San Francisco Giants. We're taking Flores as well as Yastrzemski to both have 2 total. Moving on to the hitting props here. Hicks of the San Francisco Giants, we're playing him to go over 4.5 strikeouts. Paddock of the Minnesota Twins, we're playing him to go under his line today, under 4.5 Ks. Alright, as we continue along, we have an NL West matchup starting up here. The San Diego Padres on the road in Colorado, taking on the Rockies. And this will be my longest shot play of the day. I like Colorado on the money line here. The game total 11.5, and we're playing the under in this one, under 11.5 total runs. Moving on to the hitting props, 2 total bases. We're taking Fernando Tatis Jr. of the San Diego Padres, as well as Goodman of the Colorado Rockies to both have 2 total. On to the pitching props for this game, and we like the overs for both starting pitchers. Vasquez of the Padres, we're playing him to go over his line of 3.5 Ks. Senzatella of the Colorado Rockies, over 2.5 strikeouts as well today. As we move along, we have the Baltimore Orioles on the road in Los Angeles, starting up a series with the Angels. Baltimore coming off a very bad series with the Twins. The Angels at home had a good series against Toronto. They lost yesterday late, but overall today, Baltimore is favored in this matchup on the road. We are playing a juiced play here. We have good odds to play the Angels plus the 1.5 runs. So that's what we're taking. Very comfortable play here. Los Angeles Angels plus the 1.5 runs. I can see the Angels winning this game flat out, but with such juiced odds, might as well just take the plus runs. Game total, 9.5, and we're playing under 9.5 total here. On to the hitting props. We're actually taking two Orioles here. We're going with Henderson as well as O'Haron to both have 2 total. Moving on to the pitching props, and we're playing Shugano of the Baltimore Orioles to go over his line of 3.5 strikeouts. Hendricks of the Angels, we're playing him to go under his line today of 3.5 Ks. Alrighty, on after that, this will be our play of the day. The one game I suggest to you more than any to put a dollar parlay on and play the entire ticket. The only thing on the screen that you don't play in the parlay is the home run props. You just select everyone for the 2 total bases. When I put the home run pick on the screen, it's just to let you know who I personally feel in each game has the best odds of hitting a home run. So whenever we play the full game parlay, don't put the home run, just 2 total bases, the pitching props, the over-under, and the money line / spread picks. All of that being said, our play of the game today, the Los Angeles Dodgers in Arizona. And we're playing the Dodgers, who were favored on the road here, to cover the 1.5 runs. The game total, 9.5, and we're playing over 9.5 total runs. Looking at a hitting props, 2 total bases, we're taking 3 batsmen. We're taking Shohei Ohtani of the Dodgers, Freddie Freeman of the Dodgers, and Corbin Carroll of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Moving on to the pitching props here. And we're playing Sasuke to go over his line of 3.5 Ks. But we're playing Rodriguez to go under his line of 5.5 strikeouts today. On after that, we got the Toronto Blue Jays heading up to Seattle to start a series with the Mariners. In this matchup today, we're playing Seattle, who are favored at home, to cover the 1.5 runs. Game total, 7.5, and we're playing over 7.5 total. On to the hitting props. 2 total bases, 2 Seattle Mariners. We're taking Cal Raleigh, as well as J-Rod, Julio Rodriguez to have 2 total. On to the pitching props. And we're playing the overs for both starting pitchers here. Guzman of the Toronto Blue Jays over 5.5 strikeouts. Castillo of the Seattle Mariners over 4.5 K. Final game of the day, we have the Yankees going west to Sacramento to take on the Athletics. In today's matchup, we're playing the Yankees on the money line. Game total, 10.5, and we're playing under 10.5 runs. For the hitting props, 2 total bases, 2 New York Yankees. We're taking Aaron Judge as well as Dominguez to both have 2 total. Moving on to the pitching props here, and we're taking the overs for both starting pitchers in this one as well. Warren of the Yankees over 4.5 strikeouts. Bido of the Athletics over 3.5 Ks. Alrighty, before we get up out of here, our $3 parlay plays of the day. We start off with our pitching props parlay. And we start off with the Washington Nationals starting pitcher, Parker, to go over his line. Tampa Bay Rays starting pitcher, Little, to go over his line. Colorado Rockies starting pitcher, Senzatella, to go over his line. Los Angeles Dodgers starting pitcher, Sasuke, to go over his line. And finally, Bido of the Athletics to go over his line. All 5 of those gentlemen, a dollar parlay pays $22. Moving on to the hitting props, 2 total bases parlay. We're taking Kwan of the Guardians to have 2 total. Tucker of the Cubs to have 2 total. Tatis Jr. of the San Diego Padres. Freddie Freeman of the Los Angeles Dodgers. And Aaron Judge of the New York Yankees. All 3 of those gentlemen in a dollar parlay pays $35. Finally, we finish off with our home run parlay play of the day. And in today's home run parlay, we're taking a 4-leg parlay. We start off with Matt Olson of the Atlanta Braves, Turang of the Milwaukee Brewers, Fernando Tatis Jr. of the San Diego Padres, and Ben Rice of the New York Yankees. All 5 of those gentlemen in a dollar parlay pays $120. Once again, guys, I want to thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. Have a good Friday today. Good luck to everyone. I hope we all can make some money. I'm going to catch you guys on the next one.